This is going to be Go Math Chapter 12, Show What You Know, Vocabulary and Lesson 12.1 for Monday, May 11th. All right, so we're going to be doing shapes again, and this time two-dimensional shapes, not three-dimensional shapes. So we're going to be working with shapes like rectangles, just regular shapes that you know, circles, squares, and one that fell down. I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is. Triangles. And then if you remember, we did a hexagon that's like a stop sign that has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll also see some trapezoids in this chapter that have one on the top, one on the longer one on the bottom, and then diagonal lines, so 4 sides. Okay, so these are all flat shapes, not shapes that stick out. 3D shapes stick out. Okay, so if you turn in your book to page 486 to the Show What You Know, we're going to circle the shapes that belong in each group. So here's the group. We can see that they are all triangles. They have 3 sides, 3 corners. So what shape over here belongs? Of course it would be the triangle because it has 3 sides and 3 corners, just like the ones in the group. So what shape do you see in number 2? What shape belongs with it? So matching. Number 3, circle the shapes with 4 sides. So remember that a side, right here is your example of a side, is the part that goes along the long and the short on a rectangle, and 3 sides on your triangle. Okay, so circle the shapes with 4 sides. And on number 4, you're going to color each square is going to be blue. Each rectangle should be yellow. Remember, a rectangle has 2 long sides and 2 short sides, and each square red. Oh, I'm sorry, circle red. Okay, so you're going to do that on your own. Okay, for your vocabulary builder, words that you already know. So you already know circle, so you know it. Just draw us what a circle looks like. Hexagon is the one that maybe is a little less familiar. Remember, that's the one that looks like a stop sign and it's 6 sides. So remember, if it has a top line and a bottom line, and then it kind of has a V, okay, going that way. So if you just want to draw one, do a top line and a bottom line, and then just kind of make a V. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just learning. But as long as you have 6 sides, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6. I'm just going to put there 6 sides. A rectangle, you know, has 2 short sides and 2 long sides. 4 sides altogether. A square, all the sides are the same length. And a triangle, 3 sides and 3 corners. Okay, so down here, write the number of each shape. So you're going to count all the circles and write how many circles. Count all the squares, write how many you see. And count all the triangles, write how many you see. Okay, on our lesson 12.1, we're going to sort some shapes here. So you can see they've put us some examples of all kinds of different shapes here. So we see some triangles, some squares, some rectangles. You notice that some of them have an opening here, and that's called an open shape. If there is no opening, when all the sides are connected and there's no opening, those are called closed shapes. So you could sort these by open shapes and closed shapes. And you'd see here's an open shape and here's an open shape. And then all the rest are closed shapes. So you could write open shape, closed shapes. That's one way you could sort them. You could sort them by color, blue and red. So all the blue shapes would go on this side, all the red shapes would go on this side. You could sort them by how many sides they have. I see some of them have 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of them have 3 sides, 1, 2, 3. So you could put 4 sides here, 3 sides here. You could do it by how many corners they have. I see some have 4 corners or vertices. Remember the word we learned for corners is vertices. Or 1, 2, 3 vertices could go on this side. So you pick how you want to sort them, write how you're going to sort them, and draw the shape that goes with that. So if you want to do open and closed, draw all the open ones and all the closed ones over here. If you want to do by color, all the red ones on this side, all the blue ones on this side. If you want to do them by how many corners or sides they have, you could do 4 sides, 3 sides, you choose. Okay, so here are some other ways we can sort two-dimensional shapes. So we can sort shapes by if they are curved. Okay, so there's that word curved. And curved and closed shapes. So curved shapes are closed like circles. Okay, we could do closed shapes with sides. So how many sides do we see here? Here's 1, 2, 3. These are all triangles, so they all have 3 sides. We could do closed shapes with vertices. Vertices are corners. How many corners do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. Squares and rectangles both have 4 vertices or corners, so 4. We know all of these are closed shapes because all the lines are connecting together, so they're all closed shapes. All right, so we're going to read the sorting rule and circle the shapes that follow the rule. So number 1, the rule is 4 vertices or 4 corners. So we know from up here, rectangles and squares have 4. Triangles only have 3 vertices. So for this rule of 4, we will not circle triangles. We'll only circle rectangles and squares. Okay? Number 2, the rule is not curved. So these are curved, these are not curved. So you're going to look for triangles, squares, and rectangles. Circle those because they are not curved. Number 3, the rule is only 3 sides. So 3 sides. So we know that circles don't have any sides. So if there's a circle in there, you cannot circle that. We know that rectangles and squares have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So we cannot circle those. Triangles, 1, 2, 3, are the only shape with 3 sides. So only circle the ones with 3 sides. Number 4, more than 3 sides. So you're not going to circle any triangles because triangles only have 3, not more than 3. 4 is more than 3. Okay, so you'll circle those. Okay, on page 491, again, you're going to circle the shapes that match the rule. So in number 5, circle all the curved figures. If you forgot what that looks like, go back and look on the other side of the page where it shows you your examples. Only 3 vertices, 3, okay? 3 corners. Circle only the ones with 3 corners. 4 sides, okay? And 4 sides the same length. Okay, so if you look up here, these both have 4 sides, but which one has 4 sides that are the same length? Square or rectangle? Okay, so circle here only the ones that have 4 sides that are the same length. All right, and number 9, you're going to draw 2 different 2-dimensional shapes that follow both parts of the sorting rule. So 3 sides and 3 vertices, 3 corners. So if you remember, if you look up here or on this side of your page, looking for the one with 3 sides and 3 corners. Draw that here. 2 sides are long and 2 sides are short. Okay, so again, you need to look at your one with 4 sides because 2 plus 2 is 4. But which one has 2 sides that are long and 2 sides that are short? Draw that shape here. Okay, page 492. Ted sorted these shapes 3 different ways. Write sorting rules to tell how Ted sorted. So he has these shapes. So let's name these shapes. Rectangle, triangle, rectangle. This is a square, right? If you turn it this way, it's a square, right? Okay, it could also be called a diamond, right? Square, triangle. Okay, so here's one way he sorted it. So on this way, he sorted all triangles, right? They all have 3 sides or 3 vertices, okay? So I'm just gonna write 3 sides because these are the only ones that have 3 sides. The square, this one, the rectangles, the diamond all have 4 sides. So 3 sides. Make sure you put an S on side for more than one because 3 is more than one, plural. Okay, now look at number 12. Now I don't see any with 3 sides. These shapes he got from up here all have what? They're all 4 sides, 4 vertices. You can write either one. Now down here, I see a lot of shapes. I see some triangles, some rectangles, diamonds, and squares. So I see all of them. So how could we put a title for all of these shapes? So we can't do 3 sides because, yes, the triangle has 3 sides, but the rectangle does not. We can't do 4 vertices because the rectangle has 4 vertices, but the triangle only has 3. So that won't work. How about, are they all closed shapes or open shapes? So remember, an open shape has a gap in it. So these are all closed shapes. So that could be the way he sorted them. So closed, O, and I know if I hear long O followed by a consonant, I need a silent E. Closed shapes. Sh, a consonant E. And there's more than one, it's plural, so I need to put an S at the end. Closed shapes. Okay? Not open. Number 14. Which shapes have more than 3 sides? Make sure you pay attention to that. More than 3 sides. Choose all that apply. So if you count the sides and it's more than 3, you need to pick it. If it's 3, you do not choose it. So if it has 4, color the circle. If it has 5, color the circle. Okay? All right. And then feel free to go on and do the white pages for more practice.